Hello, this is Adam Began, and I'm the host of Historically Haunted Show, where I talk about some very rare historical and haunted locations that I visited. I also interview some of the very best in the paranormal and cryptozoology field. So tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Paranormal King Radio Network. And prepare to be educated about the unknown.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John Kajushka, co-host and lead investigator for Canada's TV show True North Paranormal. You're listening to Adam Began on the Historically Haunted Show. Keep it
Paranormal
creepy.
King Radio Network every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern till 9 p.m. Eastern right here. I'm glad you guys all tuned in. This is the last one we're going to have for the year. We don't do weekends with us, holidays. So unfortunately, I'm actually going to be off for the next 2 weeks. It's going to be just archive shows. So you're not going to hear me again until, I believe, the first weekend in January, the first Friday. So January, was that 5th or 6th, I believe. So a couple weeks off. So we have a great guest today to kind of end the season and end my first run here in 2021 with the boss himself, the big man, the king. My guest today is none other than Ross Raposo. Ross, how are you, my brother?
Hey, Adam. Pleasure to be on tonight.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's the least I could do. You kind of gave me the ball to run with when I was a guest on your show a couple of months back. And you gave me the opportunity to represent myself and to represent Paranormal King by having my own show here. So I'm quite honored to know you and to have the respect. We don't just talk on the radio. We talk a lot in person through Messenger, even on our phones, of course, with Heather, too. We became very close over this past month. But I wanted to bring you on the show for more than one reason. Obviously, not just to kiss your ass. I have no reason for that.
Adam, let me say this first.
Sure.
I've known you a pretty short time. And you are more solid than people I've known for years.
Wow.
And so anybody out there that has an excuse of not finding real friends or good people in the paranormal, all you have to do is look no further than Adam Began, Heather Caminati, and there's no excuse to not know that these are real, true people that will take shirt off their back for you. It won't take you long. And it's a pleasure to be on your show, Adam. You've done so much. And what really brings it home for me is not only do you promote my group, you promote a lot of people's group. That's a real tough commodity to find in this field today. And, I've been a bit under the weather today, and I wasn't going to miss the show for the life of me. But I got to tell you, when people want true friends, and I know your friends know this, you don't have to look any farther than Adam Began and the people he associates with. That's what it's all about. Whether it's your group and he's known you a short time, or people that have known you for years, they know what type of person you are. So I wouldn't miss this for the world, my friend.
Man, oh man. I tell you, like I tell people, I say I do not pay Ross to talk about me the way he talks about me. But that it's like you're one of my biggest fans, but you're a friend, and you're just you're very, because you're a very modest and humble person too. Like you've done a lot and know a lot of people, and you just consider yourself an average Joe, just like me. And you're just in this for the right reasons, like me. You just want answers, and you want to find like-minded people. Man, you're gonna be fucking blushing here in the cold weather in Maine. I'm over here, and I'm just like, man, this guy's. I love it because it's true. I appreciate that. Being in the heavy metal scene and local music scene, we always learn, unity. Support local, so to speak. It sounds cheesy, but if one makes it, we all make it. And why not try to learn and be real with each other? And I think there's a lot of people out there in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Adam, it's so easy to speak the truth. And when you speak truth, you never lie.
Amen. No, absolutely. I'm going to cry, George Cannon says in chat. For you listening to, you can open up two windows. And it's hard to listen and do chat, but if you open up two windows on your phone or laptop or PC, you can do both. The show will be archived on Paranormal King. There's always brand new shows every night of the week. There's movie reviews, there's music playing, we have guests, and I feel like it's family. We have Kenneth Torres from the Warren Legacy. He's got his own show, and Nicole Gaspard, and
shout out to Nicole. She's going through some. I guess she's got a bit of a fever or something going on, and hopefully let's send her some love and light and some positive vibes.
I think another one under the weather.
That's why she's not here tonight, maybe.
Okay, yeah, I know she missed your show last night, which was a great show with Shannon. Boy, another. A lot of people got educated.
I think every show on here
really have some knowledgeable guests and on our shows.
Yeah, and I think every show on here educates, whether it's a little bit or a lot. I think that's why we do the shows.
We have fun.
It'll definitely, you'll pick up something from it.
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. Oh, some people. Okay, Betsy Lou. Absolutely. Some love for Nicole. She says in chat. Dave says he had to download Java to his computer to get it. That's awesome.
Yeah. See, Adam, I can't relate to that because my mobile. I'll try and get in chat as well.
Nicole,
so I don't have a problem.
Yeah, Deb DeRoso's here, sending love and healing. So true. Witchin is in there. That's one thing we got. We have a pretty good group. Becca's in chat. What's up? Shout out Betsy Williams. Just got back from the Las Vegas con with her boys, the Searchers. Witchin, she had a great show last week. You'll see her next week with Kendall from Warren Con, Heather Kiminiti, Terry York in chat. So we have a good following. We have really a lot of good people. And yeah, it's great topics. I'm excited to be a part of this, and I'm excited for 2022.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at the kindness in chat there. You still there, Adam?
Yeah, I might have lost you. My Wi-Fi is kind of shitty where I am.
Oh yeah, you might be a few seconds behind. It's throwing us off a little bit. I'm picking up that.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was saying, I mean, look at all the kindness in chat alone. I mean, that's amazing. That to me is the reason why I continue and do it. Just amazing people in chat and everyone tuning in, whether you're on TuneIn, all our 15 platforms throughout the world, wherever you are in the world. I mean, it's so easy to be kind and just so much love and light. And that's what it's, especially now, more than ever. And I think Adam dropped, so we're going to have to get him back. Hopefully a better connection this time. Alright, we'll see if I didn't mean to hijack the show. I mean, hopefully he'll get back to us in a minute or so. Thank you, Deb. It feels like a family. I mean, whether I've spoken to somebody personally or not, I mean, just the energy is just unbelievable.
I just love that. And it's always easier to speak the truth. So if you had some paranormal experiences, or if you've had, if you tell that story and your experience and what you've seen 1,000 times, the story never changes. And it's kind of like kindness. Once you start showing kindness, it just continues to brighten your soul, and it's just so easy to do. Heather is asking when I started my own radio platform. Well, that was about 8 years ago, and of course Heather Caminiti is Adam Began's better half, and she does a show every second, fourth Thursday, which in lifeguard, I'm going to say, off the top of my head, Thursdays at 8 p.m. every second and fourth Thursdays. So yeah, while we wait for Adam, I guess we could look at the chat. And so about 8 years ago, I first started listening to other radio shows, and that's how basically, and there's some real terrible, bad, a lot of real bad audio quality shows throughout, and with no experience or really nothing I wanted to do with radio, I basically said to myself, if I do a radio show, I can't sound that bad if I try my hardest. I mean, there's some real nasty ones. And so what started with, well, I'm going to put something together and start a show, and then talk to a few people, and they're asking what I was. We started with a couple of shows. It turned out to a handful of shows and a dozen shows. And then basically, but yeah, because of bad radio, I said, what do I have to lose? I can't sound that bad. And here we are, 8 years later, 3 million listens later on our Mixler app alone, and just trying to be positive and answering people's questions and fears. And so yeah, anybody else having a problem with the audio? Yeah, hopefully Adam will get back on. I mean, this is a historically haunted show. In case you're just tuning in, Adam seemed to drop, and hopefully we'll get back on. Yeah, I think they're getting some feedback in the audio or something still, so I'm not sure what that's all about. We'll try and get through it. Deb DeRusa. And Deb, forgive me if I butchered your name, but I think I butchered like 100 of guests over the years, so I'm sorry about that. I've had guests from every walk and genre of the paranormal. Everything. I keep an open mind to anything. And so, basically, yeah, you name it, we've done it and tackled it and learned from it. And I think it's good maybe not to just focus on one thing, because maybe something you learn in a different aspect of the paranormal gives you some insight to other stuff that you're really focusing in on. And if you can learn something from whether it be cryptozoology and maybe apply it, I think it just keeping an open mind to everything's a very good possibility. I'm going to try and call Adam again and see if the Wi-Fi is a little better. So forgive me for that if you're hearing any. Hopefully we'll connect this time.
Adam Began. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah, they're having some audio issues, so I'm not sure. We'll try and fight through it if you're able to. All right. So, okay. So I'm
sorry about that.
All right. So you're live. So you're live right now, Adam.
Oh, I am. Cool. I'm outside. And what's going on? Sorry about that, everybody. Technical difficulties. But yeah. Sorry about that. Where were we? Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Appreciate that. Awesome. I think I'm going to get settled here in a minute. Okay. All right, I'm back.
What did you do? Just sprint to a better tower or what?
Well, I literally, my buddy's in from town and we're having a couple drinks. So I got a hotel literally about a mile from Heather's and the Wi-Fi was like shit. So we've had a couple drinks. So I started hoofing it down the street with my laptop and I'm at Heather's now, literally in her house with my laptop. So
you're supposed to drink after the show, Adam.
Yeah, I know. I had one. I didn't want to drive with it. So that's a first, I bet. But yeah.
Everybody hung in there real good.
I appreciate you all hanging in there. And sorry I'm out of breath, but yeah, that's my life. Good stuff. Killer. Awesome. So don't let anybody tell you radio is easy because it's not. And I'm proof of that. So anyway. There we go. So Ross. So what got you started into radio? Like the one day you woke up and you said, I'm going to have my own radio station. Did someone leave it to you or did you just?
No. And Heather actually asked that question a little while ago, but the gist of it is that basically I had no intentions of doing radio, never cared to. For entertainment purposes, I tune into other shows and try and learn a little bit about the paranormal. And so after hearing a bunch of bad shows, and we're talking about feedback, sort of like what's going on tonight, like real bad feedback, and some people claiming, that that's a ghost and stuff. And so it was purposely done, I think. But nothing will make somebody turn off a show quicker than like technical difficulties, so to speak. So from there, I said I'm going to do a couple of shows, and then I'm going to, what I got to lose can't sound any worse than that. And then, some people started showing up and tuning in, and people wanted to be a part of it. People wanted shows, and so we basically started from that. We started real tiny with 2 shows for a few weeks, and then people started messaging, and why, I would say, why be in chat? Why not do your own show and get your your own wisdom and stuff out there and stuff. So from there it was built, and that laid the foundation. What's going on?
I love that because this in the age of the weekend warrior ghost hunter, where everything's a demon and just the whole nine. It's nice to bring the knowledge and the know-how back to a little bit to the world and get grounded a little bit in the field. And I think that's what your show does, and all of our shows. I think this whole network in general is just pretty great. So, phew, awesome! Thank you guys for hanging in there. That was killer. I fucking awesome. Thank you, Ross, too. I'm honestly, dude. I told my buddy's with me. He's in the car. He's outside. He's like, anybody. I might go anybody else. I'd be like, oh shit, this is Ross. You're gonna grab the ball and pick it up for me, and I know you would because it's your. So we're good. Anybody else? I've been really. But anyway, so yes, I see Deb's ass. She says, "Thank you, ghosts, UFOs, cryptids, and mystics. What's your favorite, Ross? Out of all that stuff, is it all of it or a little bit more?
Well, it's got to be the ghosts. From my own experiences, because I've dealt with ghosts and spirits and shadow, a lot of night terrors when I was a youngster. That basically, traumatized my mind, and I wanted answers for that. I love my parents to death. They're a bit of strict religious people, but at the same time, and they would say you're having a nightmare and stuff. You're not seeing stuff, and basically I would tell them that how can you have a nightmare when your eyes are open? And so it started from there, but I believe that I think I would have been like a real highly gifted medium or something. I think they kind of stopped that from happening, but I love them, and I understand that they're looking out for me. And certainly back then, padded rooms were somewhere where you would end up if you talked about this kind of stuff. So I understood fully their actions and respect them for that.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. Like the other day, I went to Dunkin' Donuts with Heather, and I told the guy, I'm like, "You like UFOs?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess." And I'm like, "I went to Betty and Barney Hill's gravesite," and he's like, "Oh, okay." And like Heather said, she goes, "Not everybody thinks that's cool. Not everybody's gonna get super excited about it," which is true. Some people still look at you like you're kind of nuts, the shit we're into, but I don't know. We love it. There's a lot more of us than we know.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's come a long way, though, Adam. Like, you have to admit, it's come a long way.
Oh, I agree.
Like, you wouldn't even whisper, some stuff. It's come along, and that's basically because of the TV shows, right? Without them, we'd be in big trouble. We wouldn't be doing this today.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I mean, even movies. I mean, Ed and Lorraine. People knew about him. You and me knew about him, but a lot of people did. Not even so much Amityville, but right after The Conjuring and Annabelle, then it brought new light to it, and people started realizing, well, shit, maybe I do have a haunted doll then. But now it's a little oversaturated. Now it feels like everybody and their brother has a haunted doll. So I'm a little skeptical. I want to see a little bit more than just. I want to see some sort of proof. But you know me, I'm into the history part of it. I like to look at things that are a little bit deeper than just what's on the surface of stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, all those people weed themselves out. Like Adam, I've seen, we can do a 5-hour show with the amount of radio shows I've seen and radio networks come and go. It's never ending. When they realize you're not going to make any money on this and stuff like that, they leave the field pretty quick. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of fly-by-nights, and that goes with investigating paranormal teams as well. When you've been here and following and researching the paranormal for a decade or so, it doesn't take long to realize, people's real interior motives. So.
Yeah, the ones that hang in there for the long haul. I agree. There's the ones that really peak around September, October, November, and then there's the rest of us that do it all year round. Heather says, "Way to hang in there, everyone." So much true. Heather Witchin, I should say. Much respect and love to her with her show. Thank you, Witchin. Betsy says, Deb says, Betty and Barney's niece spoke at the Michigan UFO Con event last year. She's amazing with their story too. Yeah, Deb, I live right in Maine. I live not even about an hour and a half away from their gravesite, and about 2 hours away from where the UFO encounter happened. I've been to that marker as well. Her dress has got fluid on it. They still don't know where the fluid's from. That's on display at the University of New Hampshire campus. I got to sneak in there and take a picture of that sometime. But very intriguing. I know the King loves ghosts, but he's into all that stuff too. He's a big Stephen King fan, so of course he's into monsters and UFOs. You are a big Stephen King fan, am I right, Ross?
No comment at this time.
Come on, he's good at poker. He's got the poker face, but he can't fool me. I love this guy. I tell you what, Ross, he may build me up, but I'm going to pay him back by telling you that you can tell Ross anything.
Well,
he's really
I'll say this.
You really are, dude. You're a great guy.
I like him more now because he's you come from the same place, so let's leave it at that.
He's a Maine boy. Oh, man, Ross, you're awesome. I'm so sad you're under the weather. I know you did a bunch of yard work. You're good till next year, and you took care of a bunch of shit. You run all these great radio shows, and you too. I mean, I promote shit, but honestly, dude, you promote stuff. You promote my show, my podcast show. You promote other people's. Taryn's got a lot of great shows on YouTube. You're always tuning in chat. You can always see the King up in chat. always promoting people. You're always sharing links. So you're one of the good ones, man. I feel like God sent me to you for sure. Like that one day you messaged me, I had you as a friend and we didn't really communicate. And you're like, you want to come on my show? And I was like, yeah, sure. And we talked and I think we hit it right off. I felt like we knew each other forever. And that was it, man. It's been 2 months solid now. You're my, sixth? You're my sixth guest now.
I think our audio issues are a lot better now for some reason, and I'm getting that as well.
Good.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm in better Wi-Fi.
Paranormal King Radio Network is the platform. The hosts can get as big as they want. There's no limit on the amount of listeners and followers they could bring to the network. So it's just a platform. I'm a pretty good judge of character, and when I see someone that has the potential, I will reach out and let them know that we have a platform and they can make it as big as they want to make it. There's no limits on how big you can achieve yourself. So the credit goes to all the hosts. Everybody's different. Everybody does different shows, different topics. But at the end of the day, the hosts are the ones that put the entertainment for people to come and listen and learn. And that's all up to the host. And people that know the hosts are good people, they will follow and they will maybe be a guest one day and stuff like that. That's how it works. And you yourself are a good judge of character as well, I'm sure. And you could, some of your friends have great potential and that support you, and you'd love nothing better than to get them on your program, support them, and let people be surprised by their potential and their wisdom, because there's a reason why you like people, and you know that they bring a lot to the table. And I'm sure you got tons of friends that would easily entertain a lot of people and teach a lot of people some stuff.
It's funny you say that. I've been trying actually to tell a couple friends, and some are kind of shy, man. Some are kind of bashful. And I'm like, well, it's audio, not visual. And they don't know, what do I talk about? Even Heather, she's like, what do I talk about for an hour? I'm like, honestly, either let your audience guide you or your guest, or you have enough stuff where you can. And I think anybody can make a show if they really have enough interesting stuff and have the passion for it. Real quick, shout out to Hannah Sprague. I think I spelled that last name right. She's part of Cemetery Diaries with Becca. She's going to be a guest a couple of weeks. She says seasonals, about what we're talking about earlier, the Weekend Ghost Hunters. Heather Witchen asked, does anyone know why the Hill family's headstone was removed from the cemetery, Betty and Barney Hill? Their separate stones are there, but their main stone is gone. We don't know why. Betsy Lou says, Ross, you're one of the good ones. Deb says, audio is much better. So I went ahead and chat to everybody. They're rock stars. So that's one thing about me, Ross, that I like to do is if I feel like something's pure and something's really well known, I'm going to share the hell out of it. I'm not getting promoted. No one's paying me for anything. I'm just wanting people to be known, places to be known. So a lot of you listening that are my friends probably get invites a lot. I invite you to like things, places, shows, platforms. But trust me when I say I'm not going to invite you to like something that's bullshit. When I invite you to like something, it's because it's real. It's something that I think you might like for interest. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you to like Cheez-Its or the band Kiss or something. Nothing wrong with that, either of that stuff. But I'm sending people to like historical places or maybe platforms or shows that they might like. So I know I flood you with that stuff, guys, and I appreciate you taking it like a champ. But that's how we build brands. That's why Paranormal King's growing. And I think that's what it's about, is supporting the good people. Ross taught me that. I knew that before. But.
Well, actually, Adam, we were pretty on top of everything before, and
I think so. You're right up there with sharing, man.
Somewhere along the lines, we've had so many shows come and go. My schedule played a big part in a lot of people. They couldn't produce their own show, and my schedule wouldn't allow it at that time. So lucky for time being and the near future, I have that time. I can produce shows and stuff like that. And I wouldn't have lost one host, I honestly believe, if I was able to produce everybody's shows. But we had tons, double what we have now, Adam. And my schedule, and just basically the schedule, basically did us in, so to speak. But we always kept pushing forward, and slowly but surely kept bringing new people on, and people get replaced. Others leave because they think the grass is greener, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. And basically, if I thought I'd have 10,000 listeners after this tenure of 8 years here on Paranormal King, I would have been ecstatic. I never would have imagined it would be even close to 3 million. And that's on our Mixler app platform alone. That doesn't include the other 15. I never talk about it. Stats don't lie. And the other thing I will mention is about other radio networks. A lot of them claim this and that, and that's where the issue begins. And I've seen so many fold. And so I have a problem with networks charging their hosts so they can go and build their social media files up, because that's all they do. And, I can't embrace that. That's something I've had a problem with. I've never charged a host a penny. If anything, I'll throw them like $20 every couple of months, because that's just the type of person I am when I have a few bucks. And I just can't embrace. So it's not about competition or anything like that. You're just a different breed. And so I just choose to do things my way. And I think people are more appreciative for it. And my friends know me that way, and that's the way I've always been. I don't ever pound my chest about anything, and I certainly am very humble to be where I am today. And thanks to the decisions I've made, and more importantly for the hosts that have found a belief in themselves. Because I always put out there that they could do such wonderful things, and they know so much. They would teach others and help others, and that's what it's about. And so I'm just I'm just grateful we've gotten to this point. And you know me, Adam, and you've seen it, and anybody out there that sees me or is friends with me can see I promote absolutely every single host on this network, every single show, no different than any other.
It's almost like you're a proud papa and these are all your children and you treat us all equally. But it's true. You're proud to see us grow. And what I like is that, like with Heather's show, with Kenneth's show, with all of our shows, my show, your show, it's all a little different topic. Ken's is a little bit more spiritual. Mine's a little bit more historical. Heather's is more witchy. Taryn's is kind of travel with a lot more involved too. Then you got yours with the spooky side. So that's cool. And you definitely, dude, like even our other shows, like Taryn's on YouTube. I'm on BB3 TV. You share that stuff. And no one shares. I used to work for another radio show, and they wanted me to start paying about $40 a month. And that's when I stopped. I'm not going to name drop. But, yeah, I'm all set with paying. And I remember when you asked me about my radio show, I'm like, well, what do you want me to pay per month? And you're like, I'll never charge you a dime. I don't know who you're talking to. And that's when I was like, shit, sold. You know what I mean? Like you said, I could get a sponsor someday, and that's on me. And you don't want hey, if I get it, so be it. But
yeah, and
I just love being able to have a platform and talk. It's fun.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say about that is some of these networks do have like 3 times more shows than we do, but that doesn't mean they have more followers. They should absolutely have more people following them than us. Absolutely no. Yeah. I mean, if I had 20 shows, I couldn't imagine what our numbers would be. But at the same time, I'm just so grateful that we're in that ballpark, and I can say I don't charge anyone a penny, never will. And as far as the shy, your shy friends and stuff like that, I mean, ask Heather. I mean, after one show, you'd be surprised at how much confidence that'll give you. And I mean, show number 2 is going to be scary.
I didn't have to twist her arm. But I had to not convince her, but she was just like, I don't know what to say. What do I do? I'm new to this. And I go, well, first off, Ross is easy peasy. He'll work with you. He will guide you. He'll bust your balls, but he'll guide you. And I go, and you know great people, like Ross says, good people holds good company. And literally everybody from Betsy to Hannah to Becca they're all going to be on my show eventually. They're already booked, as well as UFO Fred, who chimed in for a minute. He's booked too. So even of course, you're on my show now. So it's all good people. We surround ourselves with good people, and I think if people really break it down, people are willing to listen. If, like you say, as long as you don't bash people and bring in politics, go for it. And there's a lot where we can all learn from each other. You don't need to have a TV show or to have all that bullshit. Dude, my first show, we had people chiming in from Scotland? Remember that night? You had a question from Ireland for me? Your show reaches overseas, man. You tell me.
Yeah, and, well, first I'll just answer the bust the balls. You can't say that, Adam. When have I busted your balls? Come on.
No, not me. Heather goes, oh, Ross wants to know, where's the picture for the guest? And, do I like this? When she didn't like the sound. She wanted more of a Celtic sound.
Yeah.
And you're like,
that was all
one?
Fun.
Was like
that was
50.
all in good fun, though. You know that. She knows that.
Oh, yeah. I know it. She's laughing. She goes, fucking Ross. She goes, just pick one. But it's an intro song. I want the right one. I go, well, he's not a DJ. He's doing the best he can. He can't have copyright infringement, But yeah, it's all good fun. No, I mean that in a good fun. Dude.
Well, actually, we could, Adam, as long as what I'm worried about is where you're going to put your archives. If you're going to throw it on YouTube, you're getting in trouble, and I don't want to see anyone get in trouble.
Oh, yeah, Heather's got a YouTube for her witching show. I can't, dude. I don't know if I'm illiterate, but she's worked with me to get my YouTube channel going. I can't get it loaded for the life of me. She got hers, no problem, and I'm like Billy Madison over here. I can't figure it out. But I'm on Skype. I can't even think of the name of the place. Spotify. The show's on Spotify. But with the Mixer platform, dude, I mean, you got followers. Paranormal King Radio Network is a premier radio network with premier shows, big names, big people. And for someone, you're very modest, but it's a big network, man. You've grown. You're onto something here, Ross.
Well, Adam, anyone in chat that answers a question or post a comment, I will bring it up. I want them as a part of the show. I want them to feel part of the family. And I think that goes a long way. And every single person, and every single person in chat.
If you talk, it's not worth it.
Every single person that comes in chat, I welcome. And I mean, I just set the tone, and the kindness. Yep. I mean, have you ever, since you've been here, have you seen like a bad comment or a negative comment, or? I mean, we don't even see that.
I remember you told me if there was one that you'd try to take care of it and block them, just in case it was a haggler or whatever they call it.
Yeah, trolls want to make you look bad on purpose.
Troll.
Yeah,
but I've never.
Yeah, I've banned 2 people over the 8-year tenure. So
that's pretty good.
There's a lot of respect.
In chat, Deb says cheers. Witch and Heather says such a king. You guys have quality, and that's what's most important, they say.
Deb DeRossi, and I apologize if I butcher the name. She's been around for a long, long time. She knows everything about doing shows as well, and she knows everything about almost every subject matter. And she found us, and I'm grateful for that.
I love that.
I
hope, love that.
She plays a
she was on last week, if I remember right.
And she definitely brings a lot to the conversation, and that's what I love about Deb as well. I mean,
yeah, that's cool, Deb. I'll have you on sometime. I remember you were in chat last week. Hannah says quality and community over quantity. Very true. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Witch.
Hannah needs a show.
No. Hannah's another one. Her and Becca did a podcast about a month ago, and they didn't know what to say. They were shy. I want them to come on. They don't know what to say.
It's just
a lot of people in Maine, or just in general, just don't think they got what it takes. They think they're gonna be coached or something. It's really not that bad. You guys could do it.
Yeah, and I basically what that is, and I think I've mentioned it to you and Heather before as well. It's just like talking on the phone. That's the only thing you gotta think about. Just a regular conversation amongst friends. I mean, there's nothing really to. You're not gonna. You can't make a mistake. I mean, you're just talking.
Mm-hmm.
Your show's getting
Deb
produced.
says she loves you. Deb says, "Oh, thank you so much, King. I love you guys." See, like King says, I used to tune into podcasts and shows, and I used to say things in chat and never get mentioned. And if you're gonna spend a half hour, an hour listening or watching, and you say something, you want to get mentioned. I think that's a big thing. So, Deb appreciates you, King. Deb, she also says, "Have you tried StreamYard? Lets you broadcast. Actually, yes, Deb. StreamYard is where I have my shows on Saturday night. I shoot them, a historically haunted podcast. Probably going to be right from the page. I go on BB3 TV, but I think I'm going to try to do it my own here eventually. I do that every Saturday. That's live 9 to 10 because King takes the weekends off for the most part. So Friday, I kind of end the show with him every Friday here. But I'm on Spotify. I'm on Mixer, anywhere Paranormal King is on, paranormalking.com. If you go to the website, he's got archives all the time. You can click on our shows, find out information on all the DJs, on all the stuff. Paranormalking.com, right on the website. Of course, on Facebook, YouTube, also Spotify. We're all over the place, really. Yes, you're welcome, Deb. She says, "Thank you." No demons, King says. Any demons? No demons, right, King?
No demons, no.
No, not yet. No. So, Kate, I know you're based out of Canada. Let's talk a little bit about up there a little bit. Is there anything? I've been to Montreal. I got wasted in Montreal back when I was like 20 because the drinking age was 18.
Everyone that goes to Montreal gets wasted.
St. Catherine Street. Yeah, St. Catherine Street, man. People sleeping on churchyards, and I bought some weed that was covered in white crystals. I still don't know what the fuck it was. But we went to the Hard Rock Cafe. They had curtains from Jimi Hendrix apartment. Anything in Canada? There must be some big castles and type. Like, what's Canada's Salem or Canada's? I don't know a lot about Canada, I must admit. What's the big thing to see up there as far as
a lot of history to be done as well, but. I mean, basically historic things. You got your Gettysburg. We got still some places from the War of 1812.
That's true.
You
French
could still
Canadian
visit
War,
and stuff. And I mean, almost every place could be haunted in a way, and so you really got to do some research, because people could play around with history and stuff like that. But I mean, no different than yourselves. We've had murders and every time there's a horrific story, unfortunately there's victims involved, and that plays into it all, and it should be all about the victims. And if it's actually haunted, that's the way you should treat it. But just because someone got murdered somewhere, you shouldn't want to present that as haunted unless it really truly is. Because I think the misconception that someone is murdered and that automatically makes it a haunted location, I think it's a farce. So, I feel for the victims, and I think a lot of people like to push that because they like new venues and stuff like that. I like to stick to the history, and if people investigate it and stuff like that, they pick up something great, then convince us it's haunted, but don't just automatically say it's haunted because somebody died there. That many people do cross over, so I think it's a misconception a lot of people have.
So you also saying to me that not every ghost is a demon, or not every ghost is demonic? Yeah, no, you're a logical thinker, Ross. That's what we get along, and we love the history of things. Hannah says Nova Scotia is her favorite place to camp. Loves Canada. Never been to Nova Scotia. I know that's kind of by Oak Island, the Curse of Oak Island. I love that stuff.
That's around where the Titanic went down there, Adam.
Yes, Titanic, yes. USOs are seen there. They call it the USO Highway, unidentified submerging objects. They say the UFOs that go in the water. So, hey, real quick, Ross, because actually Ross gave me this idea. I want to do a little historical minute. A couple of things that happened this day in history that I happen to know and looked up.
You keep saying that, and you never do it, right?
I know, but I'm going to start with you because you gave me the idea.
That.
I wanted a school bell to go off. I should have had it on YouTube ready to go like a school bell, but history class. So today, December 17th in 1903, believe it or not, Orville and Wilbur Wright in 1903 in America made the first successful man-powered airplane flight in North Carolina. That was today. went up to about 10 miles an hour. So believe that or not, that happened. 1969 in USA. Today was USA's Air Force Project Blue Book, which was to determine the unidentified flying objects, UFOs, and to treat them whether scientifically or not. And also a big one for me, a little off subject, but a little thing close to my heart. Today in 1987, The Simpsons debuted on American television for a full episode. One of my favorite shows ever. So a couple of little cool things happened today. I don't know if you like The Simpsons or not, but it's a big thing. Pretty cool show.
Hannah brings up Nova Scotia. I do, and she knows about that area and stuff. Halifax, total devastation from one of the nuclear boats that was there. What nearly wiped out that whole
That's
city.
Right.
And so
was that a German boat, a U-boat or something? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was a bang for sure, and people kilometers away from the water met their demise, unfortunately. So, yeah, but I mean, you don't see a bunch of people going out there and it's like haunted and claiming this and that, or all the ghosts from. I mean, thousands died, and so we have to be careful. Just because something tragic happens, many people just cross over because that's what you're supposed to do when you're gone, right?
I feel like 9.5%, 9.5 out of 10% of people cross over. I mean, really. I mean, I know that's an uneven amount, but I mean, for the most part, most people see the light and they're gonna go, or maybe hell, or whatever have you. But they're gonna go. Some get confused, and maybe some kind of do the bidding to stay here. Maybe some are here a little bit longer than thought, but as far as like, I don't know. I believe in residuals and stuff happening, just moments in time that are kind of stuck in time. But Heather says, I want Orville popcorn now. Cool facts. It's funny. Hannah says, yes, big explosion. She saw a watch that stopped on the second of the explosion. Wow.
See,
Hannah, and Ken says, wow.
See, Hannah's an expert now. We got to have her on. See that?
And see, you keep talking shit, and that's how you're going to get your own show. That's how I got it. That's good. I'm going to have her and Becca on. I forget now. I should have my facts in front of me. But I have them on. It'll be in the new year, 2022, obviously, because this is the last show. King, something off subject since we have about 13 minutes. What do you got planned for Christmas holidays? What are you going to go ice skating up there in Canada? Have some Molson? What are you doing? Family? Friends?
Well, I mean, it's getting tough. I mean, this is the second year since COVID. To me, I don't think the holidays are the same. I've noticed a diminish in Christmas lights and all that fancy stuff. I mean, it's getting real scary. It's getting scary. You turn on the news anywhere, it's getting scary. I mean, I think lockdowns are coming again. It's getting scary. If you watch the news for a long period of time, I mean, there's never like I always look into the positive, and it's hard to do that right now. It's really hard to do that right now. And so, I mean, I'm grateful for a lot of things. We're still alive. Family members, some with pre-existing conditions, have made it this far, and we've taken care of each other. But it's just not the same, and I don't know if it'll ever be the same again. I mean, this is really, it's hard not to, pick your mind and affect it. As a positive person as I like to be and look for positivity at all corners, it's getting tough. I'm not going to lie about that. And I'm just, spend some time with close family members and stuff like that, and be grateful and spend the short time like it's our last, because who knows what it'll be like a year from now and stuff. I mean, just progress seems that it's lost, and it's hard to put a spin a rainbow on stuff like that. So
it's hard to sugarcoat shit. You're right. I mean, as much as even obviously with anybody, like with me, my mom passing away and then dying for a minute in the car accident. Now it's like shit, and then of course COVID. Shit, now we could be in lockdown again. I want to go any place I can. Me and Heather went to Betty and Barney Hill's gravesite, the UFO abduction couple from 1961 in New Hampshire. Barney died 8 years after the abduction of a brain hemorrhage. So I said, you know what? Your daughter's in school. We have gas money. It's an hour away. Let's do it. And I think that's what we're doing. And that's how I caught your eye in a lot of people's eye. I'm living in the moment. Instead of saying, I'll get to that when I retire. I'll get to that in 5 years. I'm fucking doing it now because 5 years isn't promised, just like 30 years isn't promised. The way things are going, dude, next summer's not promised. As far as COVID goes, who knows? So get into you can now, right?
Well, talking about that, I mean, it's just that we've been lied to since day one. It's bothersome. And so, you know, if mass work...
Lied to how?
If mass work, we don't need to be 6 feet apart, right? And if vaccines work also, then, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Who is lying? Like, get to the bottom of it. But the thing that bothers me the most is why you letting infected people into the country. Like, what are you doing? Like, you can ask elementary school kids. Should someone with a virus that could possibly kill you, should they be able to come in? Like, what the hell are we doing?
No.
Please
and I love
stop.
football and wrestling as much as the next guy, but stop having mass
sense
gatherings,
to somebody, because you know these politicians. You know, my rant for days. They only give a shit about you when it's election time. They don't change your life, and there's some real stupid decisions being made right now. Stop the virus.
Sad,
how about close your border for starters? Like something as easy as that, and see what happens. Make an effort.
Well, you know, they know that. They just don't want to. There's no money. There's funding that's not in that. That's a whole nother fucking show. I could go off, trust me.
I mean,
I don't like the way things are run, man.
It's the truth. If you want to fix the problem, you know where the source is also. It acerbates everything. And so I don't know what you're doing. Your decision is screwing people up. You want to fire people for not doing this and that. And the truth is you're letting people infect others.
There's no accountability when it comes down to it.
Who's your citizen here? Like, who's your family? Who's somebody you care about? You're supposed to care about safety first. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nope,
so, that's my rant, and thank God I'm not there in terms of that. I mean, at least over here, you're coming in negative or you're not coming in at all. You know, I could put that out there.
Fucking right. Well, that's what it comes down to. You don't let an affected person into the hen house, man. You just don't. You don't let it, you know what I mean? You don't let someone who's bitten by a zombie into where all the people that are clean are.
Yeah,
and you turn them all into zombies.
Adam, to make a long story short, I'm not anti-immigrant or anything like that. I'm just saying there's a fucking virus that's affecting everybody. Like, get your head out of your ass and do something.
Amen.
Common sense, man.
How dare you think? How dare you think, Ross? That's scary.
Yeah, exactly.
Becca says, I'm here, but I'm fighting with my kids over bedtime.
I'm waiting for the cancel trolls to come in now.
You don't have to wait much longer. Who knows?
Shit. Well, I'm surprised Christmas is not getting canceled, to be honest. So,
it ain't too early.
Yeah, it's still early, right? What would you got? 8 days, something like that?
It's still a week away. Mazel tov. You never know, brother. Actually, I'm sorry, Ross. It's holidays, not Christmas. You can't say the word Christ anymore. Remember that, Ross? Who's that?
Yeah, that was a few years ago. Yeah, I think.
Oh, that's right. That's okay. It's okay now. That's right. I forgot now. Shit, I forget. I can't keep up anymore with what's right and what's wrong. It's why I just live my life. I think that's why when I talk, Heather hits me and people look at me strange because I don't have a filter.
Yeah. So Adam, let me end on this. And there's shy people out there, and Heather, I mentioned it to her as well. I said after the first show, and I'm pretty sure I told you this as well, Adam. I said after the first show, easy peasy. You gain that confidence, and Kenneth was the same way as well. I don't know if you caught Kenneth. He was a bit shy and stuff. He nailed that first show. I mean, there's no stopping him now. He's a runaway train.
Yeah, I get nervous
amazing.
Still a tiny bit.
After one show,
I get a tiny
amazing.
bit nervous, but it's killer. I get pumped.
And I love seeing that confidence build, Adam. I love seeing that. You know, people, you know, a little bit weary, but boy, I mean, they're knocking them out of the park now. Easy peasy.
Oh, look at that! You couldn't ask for a better supporter. I mean that. And Ross is he's a good person, man. That's why I had him on the show. I mean, he promotes and shares his wisdom. He shares the people in his family, and he shares whatever they got going on, even if it's not even his thing. He's like, "What's up? Cool, you guys, let's go." Like,
well,
but
everyone
the
has
thing is,
a mind to speak, so make sure you use it.
yeah.
Because your ideas may be the big ideas that everyone's been looking for. Don't be afraid to state your opinion or your belief, because it could change something drastically. So don't hold it in.
Wow, he's right. I mean, he even told me this. You know, I'm onto something with the history, sharing the history. I don't. It doesn't all have to be about chasing ghosts and demons. And history's different. It's fresh. It's something new. People love it. And he kind of patted me on the back and he gave me the ball, and I've been running with it. And I'm realizing he's right. Some people really love the Adam the Historian Ghost Hunter stitch. And I mean, Ross, you're one of my biggest fans, dude. You really got me right off my. I mean, I've always been doing this, but I haven't been sharing it and open with it. Here I am sharing it with couple million people every week on your show, on your network. So real 5 minutes, Ross. Where can people find you besides Paranormal King? That's pretty much it, right? That's your whole thing.
Yeah, that's the whole stick. I mean, I'm pretty private person. As far as life and stuff like that goes, I pretty well dedicate the social media to the network and stuff like that. Since I'm still running with it, and I could really ride into the sunset anytime, but I'm liking what I'm seeing, and new blood and great ideas like from yourself, Heather, and other new hosts and stuff like that. Really put a lot of energy back into it and stuff like that. And so Paranormal King Radio Network on Facebook. Basically, that's our main way to go. Ross Raposo on Facebook, personal profile, but that's basically all Paranormal King stuff. And make sure
Paranormal King Radio too is it's a group and a page, and it's also a .com. It's also a website. So it's on Facebook.
I think
as
you're
a group
pretty well.
And a paper.
It's good to have a website because it's you want those search engines working for you, and so when you hit paranormalking.com on Google, you'll see like 20 different links pop up. That's what you want. I think anyone who's serious,
he knows what he's talking about.
You want to hit that website, get it out there. The website is easier to get those search engines than anything else you'll do.
He knows the shit. I tell you, he loves his word search engines too. I never heard it said so much. You know, it's funny, Ross. Me and Heather got bets going. We either think you're like some big studio executive agent from LA, or you're some billionaire dude who's retired in Canada, or we think you're like some dude who's like 5 different people. Like we think you're George Cannon, possibly. You could be Sally Fell. We don't know. So we definitely love talking about you because you're kind of mysterious and we like that.
I will say about that posse. See the part you guys don't understand.
Doug Lancaster.
Right. And don't forget Ken Bull. But the thing, the thing with that posse, they're all gambling. They're all gambling degenerates and very private. And
Heather's gonna fucking smack me for even bringing that up. But we sit some time here because we're conspiracy people anyway, and we're like, who the fuck is this Ross guy who came out one day and says, "Hey, you guys both want your own show at no cost? Just come on my show." And I'm like, is he an angel? Is he a devil? Who is this guy? I love it, dude. I love it.
Yeah.
And one day I'm gonna meet you and I'm gonna hug you.
Yeah. But you also know that I'm a gambler, right? Sports handicapper.
Yeah, it says you're a casino.
Right.
Yeah.
So Ken Bull, Sally Fell, Doug Lancaster, Joe Frankfurter, they're all gamblers.
Yes.
So I ask them nicely to like a lot of people's stuff, and that's
they'll all like it in succession.
And they get my picks, and they bet just like get my picks without paying. They're as solid as you get.
I fucking love it.
They're as solid as you get. I
fucking love it.
And I'll say you gotta do me a favor. You gotta like a bunch of people's shit. And so
I go back and I like their shit.
And they will like all your stuff. They will like all your
I like
stuff.
theirs. I look and it's like it's a picture of a parking lot and a building, and they all have the same Happy Thanksgiving background. I go, they literally all have the same background. I go, what if that's Ross on 8 accounts? I don't know. Is he a skinwalker? Who the fuck is Ross?
Well,
I can't find any pictures of you.
and you got to stay tuned because they might
love you.
They might actually show themselves, but they are gamblers first and very private, and they don't want.
Shit.
Yeah, and they are my clients. So.
Yeah, all their pictures are like butterflies.
If you want solid people,
too.
you can. They like all my stuff, and they like my place, and they make some money, and they return the favor and like a lot of people's stuff. So
they're good to have on your side. They comment a lot.
Like myself, I will
Usually
also.
Right in the
like myself, I will also like everyone that likes my posts. I return the favor, without even thinking twice about it.
That's what I do.
Always.
Yeah. When someone says me to like their paranormal team, I'll be like, well, let me see if they like my fucking team first or my page. Then I look and I'm like, no, they don't like it. I'm not liking your shit. I know that sounds cheesy, but like you say, like for a like. If I get someone that likes my shit, I'm like, all right, I'm going to go like a couple of your things to let you know I saw you and I appreciate you, because it sucks. If you like someone's shit repeatedly or comment and they don't give it to you back, it's like, well, I'm not your one-man fan show. So I don't do that shit.
And so yeah, that's the bottom line though. And so if you're their friends and you like their stuff, they will like your stuff as well. So you
told me in the beginning, man, some there's gonna be some hatred, there's gonna be some jealous people, and it's not hard to see people that all of a sudden have their own shows now, saying their show's the best. Time for a real show to come out, and I'm like, okay, sure. And they're close to me, but they're not that close. I'm not gonna name drop, but I know. Which is fine. I'm getting my heels walked on a little bit, but that's cool. I get it.
Yeah, but that's what makes you.
I'm doing something right.
That's what makes you Adam. So you speak your mind. You ask the questions. You don't hold nothing back. You're a straight shooter, and so am I.
Oh, I love you, brother.
That's just
you make me feel fucking. You make me feel like I could take the world on, and you'd be right there with me. Give me the blowtorch.
Yeah, and I have so much to share and so much wisdom as well. So yeah, I know we got a little off topic there, but
yeah, we did.
All my friends there, they're the gambling posse. I love those people, and we're gonna win some money this weekend. Don't worry about it, people.
That's killer. I definitely lost on the bet because I thought you guys were like an alien club, so that sucks. But I mean, that's cool. You guys are gamblers, though. That's
yeah, we're gamblers. Cool. Yeah. Well, I got my sports
cool.
bet, so yeah. But it's a very tight knit group, and when they have a few minutes, I ask them, can you please these people are great people and they're part of our family, please like their stuff.
I love that.
They don't hesitate.
I love that.
They won't hesitate once.
Heather, I don't watch anything but the weather. My heart races. George Cannon says, love you, King. Great show as always. Witchin, friggin' love you all. Great show. George Cannon, love you all. Hannah, great show. Becca, I was talking about that today. Becca says, yes, great show. Debla DeRusso, great show, guys. Have a wonderful night. Love you all. Everybody's leaving on us, Ross.
Thank you, Beth.
I guess that's our call.
Yeah, we did talk 5 minutes over. What was that last question, I guess?
Whoops.
But yeah, I'm glad we talked about it. Yeah, exactly.
We had to make up for that time. We had some bad feed.
Plus, it's your last show anyway. This is it for the year, right? So, on this network,
Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to be hanging out with Heather and her daughters. Very mellow here in Maine. We have our first snowstorm coming in. We have a foot snowstorm coming in by 10 a.m. tomorrow, a winter storm warning. So we're going to watch some Krampus. We're going to make some hot cocoa and sleep in on Sunday morning and start the Christmas week off. So,
but you still got some Saturday shows, right?
Oh shoot! Yes, real quick. I got my show tomorrow with Danny Perez and Lauren Perez, the Radicals. They make Ouija boards out of coffin wood and sell them, and they do like serial killers and whatever you want. They'll tailor make anything. They're really good people. And then we do Christmas night on BB3 TV. But like I said, I might go live myself from Historically Haunted podcast on StreamYard. I got the Warren Legacy Foundation, Kenneth Torres, who's got his own show here on the Paranormal King Radio Network, Enter the Dark. A couple other members, and then New Year's Day we have Chris McKennell, grandson to Ed and Lorraine Warren, for 2 hours. So we're gonna go roast some chestnuts, smoke a joint. Ross, we hope you feel better, man. We love you. Hope you feel better. Smoke a joint. Watch some AEW, even though WWE's better. I don't care what you say. I love my NXT. I love my Mandy Rose, and you can't change my mind.
Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Please continue to support Adam. He's got a lot of great projects coming up. 2022 is going to be a big year. Make sure you catch her. Heather on Thursday night this week. Catch her as well. She's got a great show lined up. Don't miss that. Thursday at 8, right here on ParanormalKing.com. And thank you so much, everyone.
Perfect.
Like my stuff. I'll like all your shit.
Ross Prospero, the man, the king. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Historically Haunted Show crew. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in 2022.
Have a good night, everyone. Happy holidays. Stay safe. Be kind.
God bless.
Hello, this is Adam Began, and I'm the host of Historically Haunted Show, where I talk about some very rare historical and haunted locations that I visited. I also interview some of the very best in the paranormal and cryptozoology field. So tune in every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Paranormal King Radio Network. And prepare to be educated about the unknown.